Hi there, I'm Chris King. I'm the game designer at Paradox Interactive. And in today's Crusader Kings 2 video developer diary, I'm talking about the portrait system. At its base level in these portraits, we have 6 types. We have male and female giving us 2 types, and then we have young, middle-aged and old-aged. So this allows us the character to age and look different as he gets older, or she as well. The portraits themselves are a whole series of subcomponents: noses, eyes, mouths, facial structure. And each one of these is then assigned a DNA structure, DNA value inside the character file. Then these DNAs are then inherited by their children. This allows the children to take on a sort of blend between the mother and the father. Perhaps they have the mother's nose or the father's chin, making the characters, you can start seeing family traits develop as you go through the ages. We also have 2 options when it comes to actually setting up the character database. The game will start just naturally incrementing through the database and randomly assign characters DNA, allowing the to make it a bit easier on people trying to set up the scenarios. However, we can't strictly define DNA for characters in the database. If we have a face structure that to us says Richard the Lionheart, then we can say Richard Lionheart will have this DNA, so he looks a bit like Richard in your game. We also have a whole number of additional features to the portrait which are not inherited. And this includes, for example, the position a character holds in court will change the character portrait. If he's a king, he'll have a crown. If he's a marshal, he has like a chainmail coif to make him look more military. We can also put cool backgrounds in to make these portraits come alive and look more interesting. And as ever with Paradox games, we made sure that these are fully scriptable and moddable, allowing modders to start expanding out our selection of faces to make them more interesting, and also just to allow you to script in your own DNA settings for characters you feel should look a particular way. And most important of all, the CK1 big noses have been consigned to the dustbin of history. Characters will now have very reasonable sized noses, making them look far more lifelike than the CK1 huge beaks.